A 10-year-old boy in Wisconsin shoots his mother in the head and kills her because she refused to purchase him a virtual reality headset. So, to the people on the panel that have children.
That's crazy.
My question is, do you spoil your kids? When do you say no and why?
I say no when, with my kids, I have 2 kids, when they tend to think that I can just get whatever they want. Hey, pick me up this. Hey, pick me up that. It begins to be a no. And if you react a certain way, then certain things are taken from you. Like, because sometimes whoopings, all that stuff doesn't, you can do it, but then if you do it so much, they'll begin from my knowledge, it'll be null void to them. So I take away things that they love. I take away whatever they're most passionate about. With my teenager, cell phones, social life. With my younger son, gaming systems, iPads. So I tell them no, but they live a good life, but they know what no means.
So do you want to spoil them?
Spoil to a certain extent. I wouldn't say spoil, but not excessively. Like, if they want something, I'm trying to give an example. Austin
shout out North Carolina in the chat. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Has a game system. He wants a $20 gift card. I might get it this month, and I tell him you won't get another gaming card till next month. And you will get that gaming card once your room is clean. Once you do this, I reward you that way. You don't just get it because you want it. It's rewarded to you. Even though that's things you're supposed to do around the house, I get that. But I still give you a reward for doing extra around the house.
Positive reinforcement. I get that. So what about you? How often do you say no, and why do you say no?
Well,
they like she don't be saying no.
She don't be saying no.
I do be saying no.
She do not be
I
saying
agree
no.
with Shantae. Like they have to know the word no, because it turns into entitlement. And I feel like that's where it's like you feel like you entitled to get this and that, and that's where you have to draw the line. Like they have to hear the word no. You have to understand like you get some things, but some things you're gonna hear no to, because it's like when you don't tell them no, when you hear no, they just react like, "What do you mean no?" Like. No. So you have to start young with it, because the older they get, the harder.
Because I can't believe that boy shot and killed his mother.
That's crazy.
Mama.
So why do y'all think it's so many, so much more like violence and killing of parents than it was back in the day? Is it because like gun reform, or do you think that kids are just more spoiled now?
I definitely feel like it's more guns.
I feel like it's more,
and that's what you see on the games. That's what you see on social media. Like,
because like we had like like our parents had big mamas. They had like the grandparents that reinforced the rules and everything. And now it's kind of like just kind of
mamas
like
are out. The mamas outside, too young.
So it's like I feel like it's just spoiled because they do that gentle parenting, and every time gentle parenting don't work. Like, it works for some things, but it don't work for everything. And I feel like they trying to enforce gentle parenting so much that if you discipline your child, like, you're deemed as a bad parent.
And another thing, I think that it's a lack of fathers out there. Like, us as mothers try to do everything in our power, but men as men need to show up and be men. If you make this child, like, you need to discipline this child. Even if y'all aren't together, you need to help.
That's true, because the child is going to
listen to their dad.
Right. They listen to a man before they listen to a woman a lot of times.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of times. Because I be babysitting my nephews. They don't listen to me, child. I don't even try. Then my boyfriend come. I just hear him the first time he say something. I'm like, okay, well, that's what we need. But, I think children have been killing their parents, like, forever. Because I remember these, y'all have heard of the Menendez brothers? This was like back in I think the 80s or early 90s.
I remember
they was
them.
rich.
Yeah.
And they killed their parents.
Two brothers, right?
Yes,
close in
girl.
age.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they killed their parents, and then they went on like this shopping spree. They spent like $1 million or something like that. And then one of the brothers broke down in therapy and told the therapist that they killed their parents. Yeah, it was crazy. But I don't know, spoiled kids, that's so crazy that you can give a child so much,
and
right?
still it's not enough.
And they will kill you if
you say
give them
no.
too much.
Yeah,
That's
if you say no. It is the entitlement. I think that's what it is.
Like, I can recall growing up, because I was spoiled to a certain extent. We all probably were. But never to that extent. But growing up being spoiled and wanting this and wanting that and getting upset, but not to those extreme measures. So it's like you have to know when to cut it out. Like, this is not what we're doing.
That's why it's good to have like men in the household because they give a good balance. Because I feel like mothers always look at it as like, oh, I want to give you this and that, and then men come in and be like, you know, they need to work for it or they don't need all that, and it gives a good balance.
It does give a good balance
Mm-hmm.
because women are
that's how we
nurturers,
yeah.
and I feel like that men, you know, set rules, set boundaries.
It's just
in the
something
house.
about the depth of a man's voice. That bass in his voice. Like, you just know he ain't playing. You can hear
No,
the stop.
one time, stop it.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
my-
You
Sit your
can
ass
tell my
down.
ass to stop. Yes, Dad. I'm finna stop. Yes.